Now I'm pretty sure that I will be able to relate or correlate what color this is and why it's showing up with me.
Correct.
That way I can talk to whoever is showing me that color and explain, was this what it was? And I can wait for the answer to come up. So
Very good. So the only other thing that will help you on that is learning what your yes is, no is, and what maybe means. So when sometimes I'll hear it, right? Like I can cheat a lot of ways now, but when I'm learning, if I ask a question, a yes or no question, if I can breathe into it and my body kind of relaxes or it gets excited, that's a yes. If it's more like starts clamping in, then it's a no or it's a maybe I need to figure something else out.
right.
Welcome to Taste Your Magic. I'm Ruth Barkley, and this is the YouTube channel where we help people out. We give readings. You get to see some of the fun that we do in our elite retreats and on the ranch, and who we get to communicate with both in this realm and the other realms. So it gets really entertaining. Sometimes it's just good information for whoever's watching to add to their lives, or it might even be answering a question that you have. But today what we have is readings. We're doing readings today. That can be anything about you, your gifts, your life. We can talk to loved ones who've passed on and also your animals. So today we have an amazing human being, Oscar, and he has been favored by everybody that's come to my retreats because he makes the best food. He's our fancy cook, actually. And we always try to have him join in, but he usually just kind of hangs out and watches. So this time we get to have him on camera. And
The first time ever. Right?
it's his first time.
Yeah.
And the cameras have been kind of going haywire too since he sat down. So we'll see how this goes.
I mean, let's make it go great. That's what they're at.
It'll go great. All right, Oscar,
Yes.
how can I help you and support you today?
Well, I guess pretty much I just need to find out the meaning of seeing the orbs, the colors. I know we have to do some stuff with chakra or deep levels of spirituality, let's say that way.
Sure.
But I'm here just to find out what my calling is pretty much. What do you have for me? What can you sense? What do you feel? That's where I'm at. That's why I decided to come here.
Yeah. So you've mentioned being able to see things off and on, even when you've been at retreats, you'll come up and you'll tell me like, oh, that person has this going on or the gift or something like that. And you get to see a lot in the backgrounds. And now the orbs are coming in your life a lot. So what does it feel like when you see an orb? Describe a little bit to them. What are you meaning with this?
So what I mean is, let's say I'm reading a book, whatever it is, and all of a sudden I see a color of an orb, a light going slow on my left side or my right side. It's more usually in the left than in the right. I don't know if that has something to do with anything else you want to come out with, but it's more on the left than in the right. I see colors again, and then when you look, or when I look to see what it is, nothing is there. So it's an empty space, but it doesn't feel like it's trying to be mean or something like that. It's more peaceful, more natural, more calming than anything else.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what I feel. So
Yeah. And have you noticed if the sizes have changed?
as they move along, they get bigger. That's why like instinct is me, or I don't know if that's what makes me look to where they are.
Yeah.
Because I can see the orb going bigger or transform, let's say that, and then it's nothing in there, or like I say, nada. So yes.
Yeah. And you're kind of curious of what these are.
I am really curious
Yeah.
what that means, or why are they showing up more often than not anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And figure out what I can help with, or who I can help with my gifts that I have. So
Yeah, perfect. So orbs can be a lot of different things. I'll say kind of a general, and then we'll go into what's really happening with you. So orbs can be people who've passed on, just try and get your attention, or the light is shifting just perfectly, or things like that. Orbs are also other beings, and sometimes orbs are just the way energies are connecting, right?
Right.
So an interesting thing with you is I would say yes to all of those,
Mm-hmm.
but there's an added piece on yours. So
Okay.
as these orbs seem to get bigger or brighter, you can even kind of feel the pressure of the light sometimes, huh?
Okay.
And what that is that's like not necessarily a being coming through as a light, but something passing through the dimensions, and you're able to see it in a 3D form instead of like a 5D or 6D or 4D
Right.
of what it is.
Got it.
So for those watching, it would be like if you were to take a ball and push it through and all you could see was 2D. All you could see was 2D. Then what it would look like, instead of seeing the ball go all the way through like that, all you would see is this circle getting wider and then smaller, because that'd be all that you could see was a 2D form. And so what Oscar's kind of experiencing is his is a 3D. And so he's got objects that are in these other spaces that are coming through, and he's seeing it as it moves through, and so that can change size. It can also, like, add more pressure,
Right.
come into your space a little bit more, and then they're gone.
Right.
Now some of the other ones is that you are being connected in with light energy, which sometimes your eyes and your body can translate people who have passed on as light. And so you're seeing a lot of people who've passed on as well.
Mm-hmm.
So some people are like, oh, they're just like different beings that come in and out or whatever, right? Trying to get us. But yours are more of like objects and beings crossing through your area where you can see it. And then also you have people who have passed on that the way your eyes can connect with them, they catch the light just perfectly
Mm-hmm.
for you.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not.
Right.
Sometimes they don't even know they're dead and they're just walking around you and you're like, okay.
Shoot my house. Get out of here.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So like other people might experience it as like different types of beings, but for you, I am getting
mm-hmm.
is that it's a lot of loved ones or a lot of people who are dead, and it's beings crossing through dimensions and you're catching it. And then you see electrical currents in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of forms.
Right.
So I could see why it'd be peaceful, because most of them are just passing right on
Right.
by and you just happen to see them.
Right.
Not even trying to catch your attention. So what does it feel like to you when you feel like there is somebody trying to catch your attention?
Funny thing. It has happened before. I live in a basement, so when I go down there, I get more time to kind of tap into those things
Okay.
and listen more to them. And it's definitely like my spine just goes like, and I mean, I know that it's like, okay, what's up? And
Yeah.
I started to talk. I don't want to say professional, but because it's respectful. I'm respectful to them. So like, it's like, what's up? What's going on? What trying to
Yes.
stuff like that. And it's been a while, but I have talked to one of my aunts. She passed, and the week after her passing, I talked to her. And then my ex-wife's father, he definitely straight on appeared right there and give me a message for her.
Wow.
So I was tapping into that as well,
Yeah.
and I was telling my ex-wife what he was saying. Like right there, like she's talking to her father, but I was saying stuff that I had no idea what I was saying. You know how that goes. You know how that is. But it's not scary for me.
Oh, good.
It's only have been one experience where I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to you, Hamad. See ya. Run upstairs to the living room. I'm out. And I guess I don't know if it was a mistake for not embracing that and that spirit trying to communicate with me or trying to tell me something, but I wasn't like again, I wasn't that into it as I am now,
Yeah.
and I wasn't as understanding of that as I am now.
Yeah.
So I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. I embrace that, and I just want to be like, okay, let's be a little bit more respectful with each other, and then we
Yeah.
go from there and see where we can go through, or what we can say, what we can figure out. So it's just stuff like that it was like the first time it happened. Uh, you know, that's the way it has to go. So yeah, pretty much. But yeah, other than that, is like I said, is sometimes it's peaceful, like super peaceful, and sometimes it's just a little bit like stressy. I don't know, like nerve wracking, I guess.
Yeah, that's a
When
good description of it.
so that's the two that I have experienced so far. Other than that, I can tell you like, yeah, I see things here and there, but
Yeah.
I don't talk, I don't communicate. I just see and keep going. So
Right.
yeah. So it's funny. Just one more thing really quick.
Yeah.
As when we drive around, or when I drive around, I don't know, canyons, mountains, stuff like that, I can see stuff on the edge of the road.
Mm.
Not right in the middle, as I don't want to make it dramatic. Not right in the middle of the road. I see it in the edge of the road. And it was one time I was going to Cali that you see those crosses at the side of the road when somebody passed.
Yeah.
I saw that person who passed standing right next to the cross.
Yeah.
It was fun. I put it that way. It was fun because I already knew that I could see that. I wasn't afraid of it. So I was just like, I'm not looking for that. But every now and then they just one hit and they all appear. So
Yeah.
okay, I wish I can help you. I wish I was able to communicate right now with you, but I was like in the middle of the freeway driving, I can't stop. I was like, push the brakes, hold on. But get in, let's go. No, but other than that, I mean, that's just what it is. I don't, like I said again, it sounds repetitive, but I'm not afraid of those things. I'm not afraid of
That's
that.
good.
I would love to help them cross if that's what they want, or
Yeah.
help them figure out what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with this spirit world. I'm feeling that.
Very good. Very good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your left eye it's like connected more to the energetic side of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And so it can recognize energy faster. It can receive it
Right.
faster. And so you are kind of coming into a stage where the dead's going to be talking to you more.
Mm-hmm.
And that obviously can be a little bit of your choice. Some of it, you'll just have to pretend like it's not happening. All right. But like I keep saying, show me a little bit of the future of Oscar.
Mm.
And a lot of what I see is just more recognizing that you can see them, that you can feel them. And once you notice something, if you claim that you notice it, even if you don't know it,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll get more puzzle pieces or you'll get to understand. So like just saying, I know you're there,
Right.
without knowing who it is, or maybe you saw him, maybe you didn't, or whatever.
Right.
Now you're going to start to get something else.
Mm.
And then if you put a question on that, then you're going to get an answer and it'll
Mm.
form stuff for you.
I see.
And then it goes to your capacity of what you want to let in or out.
Right.
There. Or to say it. So would that be something you would want to do, is communicate, be a medium, communicate with people who've passed on?
Like I said before, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely interested in that because I know I can do it.
Yeah.
I know it's within me.
Yes.
Just having waken up to the massive amount of information or energy that it
Yeah.
is out there. You know what I mean? I've done it before, like I said, and I would love to help any other people or any other person that they don't understand what they're seeing,
Right.
to know that there's no bad happening on the other world, that it's just everything comes to them for a reason. And if I can help them with that and embrace the medium part of myself, I would love to.
You would do that.
Oh, yeah.
So, because they keep giving me some history, you've got a couple big beings around you, and I don't know if they lived here or not.
Okay.
They're very real looking. So they could very possibly be it, but they're big. They're really, really big.
They are the ones that they were breaking the stuff.
They probably could have. They're just like, couldn't fit in here. But yeah, they're describing how in your lineage there were multiple, like at least 3 really, really good shaman type beings of medicine that would help the crossing of the dead. So they would help the illuminated part of the body and the physical body be able to be separated easier. They would help lost souls be able to be found. They would help even, so when they're showing me where somebody who's still living, they split up, like who they are split into different personalities, different people, and being able to put that person back together again, which is a lot like dead work,
Right.
working with the dead, because it's like astral, physical, non-physical being put together again. And so not only communicating with them and maybe delivering a message for a loved one, but you also have this natural ability that's part of your line to bless a body, bless a crossing, help it be smoother, to close out a living, to get answers on the other side through travel, through like journey travels and things like that. Have you experienced one of the journeyings, like journeying somewhere?
I have not. No, I have not journeyed yet. Like I said, the only things that I have experienced is when I was traveling.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's pretty much because I don't stop or I don't
Yeah.
follow, I guess. Because that's why I haven't
Continued it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would invite you to look into some different Mayan style working with the dead, because I think that you'll recognize a lot of what might be happening with you, or you'd understand it. You'd understand what they'd say.
Right.
And there's a lot where you can, so you're mentioning the colors, right? And the chakra system, things like that. When we're in all these different ethereal, physical, like we have different parts of us. And the chakras can help access and can also help you release off of one of those layers of who you are.
Right.
So anytime you're transitioning through stuff, the chakra system is something that you can work with, almost like unscrewing them or screwing them back together again.
That'll be fun.
And I think that you might feel like, whoa, I've done this before. Because it's in your whole blood system that you can help support the dead and the living, that in between state.
Right. I mean, like I said, I will love to dive more into it for sure and figure out ways that I can help them and then do what needs to be done to help them out. So that's where I'm at this point. Like, I'm going to embrace whatever comes to me, so that's pretty much what it is.
So your eyes are pretty cool, because even though you see spirits and beings and that, you also have a very grounding effect also. So you can see the physical really well while you're seeing the non-physical, where some people, like, they kind of can't see it both ways, right?
Right.
You can still see both of it, which helps it be understood more.
Right.
And so practice sitting somewhere with a dimmer light or even light off. But when the lights are on and you're around people, you kind of see what they see, the people. But when you're by yourself, now you can see what you see.
Right.
And I would practice, show me what you look like. And then just your eyes may or might focus. They might relax. One might like droop a little bit. My face gets a little weird sometimes when I'm like, they look like this, not like this. Like I can see over there, right? Or like when you need to hear them, you can hear them a certain way, right?
Right.
And just start to get references that are easy for you first, and then you'll get more. So what do I mean by that? When I was first learning, like, what I saw in the dead people, I learned that if one of the dead person was trying to talk about, say, their baby boy or something, like, oh, their son or something like that, then if they showed me a blue blanket, then I'd be like, oh, that means a young boy.
Right.
If I saw like an old looking person, but I couldn't really see their face, then I knew that they had died over the age of 50 or 60, right?
Okay.
And so I started learning references that meant something to me, like cheat code, right? And your guides and the ones trying to talk to you will be able to connect into those faster.
Okay.
If you recognize them. So what's something that you notice is really catches your attention? So we got the orbs. Whatever the orb energy is catches your attention, right?
Fast. Yes.
Fast. What's another one?
The actual silhouette of
what the dead person.
Whoever is in there, you know what I mean?
What body staring at me, that catches my attention.
It's like, okay. No, it's funny though, or not funny, but I mean, without the respect, of course. it's funny when I'm around places. Let's say I'm eating in a restaurant, and all of a sudden I look to the side and I see somebody there, and I kind of just stare at it, and but nobody's there.
Yeah.
So I usually go to a restaurant with my daughter and her mom. So the three of us are in there eating, and I'm staring, and they were all of a sudden like, "What is wrong with you?"
What are you looking
Yeah,
at?
yeah, yeah. It's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, just
Yeah.
give me a second. Just give me a second. And that is when it's like stuff like that happens, and I can put more attention to that than what everything else around me. It's kind of like this one-on-one conversation, like right.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like that catches me like right away. I don't have to wait for anything because obviously it's like
Right there.
I'm right here, dude. Let's go. You know what I mean? But
See you.
oh yeah, yeah. Other than that, it's just more. I guess more energies, more frequencies, the vibrational stuff that I'm like
Yeah.
happening to right now. All that is being showing up more lately.
Good.
And again, I'm trying to understand how to use it. I guess.
Yeah.
How to work with it
Right.
more than use it. That's a correct word.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, every little thing catches my eye. Every little movement, or
Yeah.
I told you, or the spirits or vibration colors. All of a sudden, it's like okay, purple, green, red, blah 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 blah. Blah. I can make
Yeah.
any color that I can see. But again, I will love to
No
know
more.
how to work with it.
So you're more so coming into the translation stage. So translation is like, how do I describe what's happening to somebody, or the message? What does the message mean? Or and so translation is like you're learning a new language. You're seeing something, but now you're learning a new language. And so do you remember like you're learning English, okay?
Right.
But the way you understood it at first was like, oh, this English word means this, and you'd say it in Spanish.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So at first, that's what you're going to be doing. That's translation.
Mhm.
So you're going to be seeing things and you're going to learn what that means to you.
Right.
And sometimes only you can put a label on it.
Right.
So you're going to come up with kind of your own language, and it will help as you experience more.
Okay.
But then there's going to become a point where English is English. An English word means this in English.
Right. Right.
A Spanish word means this in Spanish. And it's going to be that fluid for you. That's where I'm at. So for me, like, I use things like a light flickering to answer yes or no if I'm confused,
Mhm.
right? Or I'd be like, ask them a question, and I'm like, what do you mean when you say your dad liked gold?
Right.
And then all of a sudden my eyes will be looking around and I'll feel it, and then you'll see something gold. And so then I describe, well, your dad looked at gold like this.
Hmm.
So what does that mean to you? Like references, learning your own language references.
That would be like again more understanding. I will be able to understand what they're trying to tell me. Because for me, it's a little hard still to be like, okay, what this color? What do you want this color on my face right now? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And like you said, I look around, and all of a sudden, there's that color. But yeah, I don't put. I hadn't put two and two together. Be like, okay, this is what you mean when you're showing me this color. That's now that you're saying it, and I'm understanding it a little more.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hadn't had a talk with nobody about anything
Yeah.
like this. So now that you're putting examples or what it is or how to kind of like interpret that color,
Yes.
now I'm pretty sure that I will be able to relate or correlate what color this is and why it's showing up with me.
Correct.
That way I can talk to whoever is showing me that color and explain, what was this what it was? And I can wait for the answer to come up. So
Very good. So the only other thing that will help you on that is learning what your yes is, no is, and what maybe means. So when sometimes I'll hear it, right? Like I can cheat a lot of ways now, but when I'm learning, if I ask a question, a yes or no question, if I can breathe into it and my body kind of relaxes or
Mhm.
gets excited,
Right.
that's a yes. If it's more like starts clamping in,
Mhm.
then it's a no or it's a maybe. I need to figure something else out.
Right.
And so, how do you know what a yes is? What does it feel like to you?
When I had the opportunity to talk, communicate with the people who have I communicate with, it's either a little ringing
Okay.
in my ears or something, or I like flashing.
Okay.
1 or 2 times, like super quick.
Yeah.
But nobody else is able to see it. It's not like somebody's with a flashlight. Like,
Yeah.
yes, no. You see it, and I know how to distinguish those ones because they're pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
It's just a light flickering. It's like okay or no.
And that's your confirmation.
That's my answer, right?
Answer yes.
And pretty much my hearing, my ear ringing is a no
Okay.
or maybes.
Okay.
Those are the 2 types of answers that I get.
Very good.
So
if it's a maybe, then that just means you got to rephrase it.
Okay.
Rephrase the question, or, you try something else.
Right.
That's all it means. Some people are like, maybe could mean yes. And if it's not like a yes, you got to start simplifying it down.
Right.
And if it's not a no, then now just ask it different, say it different.
Right.
And that could literally just get you the answer.
That goes to my question, or to a question that I have. Simplifying could be because that person of that spirit was from a different era and doesn't understand the language that we speak.
Yes.
Okay, great.
That's what I deal with animals.
And I understand that. Okay.
People be like, does my animal love me? And they'll be like, what does she mean by love?
Right.
Like,
Right.
or, so that's very, very good.
Okay.
And so then you would rephrase it
Right.
both ways. And when you come to our next events, maybe you can take a break for a moment and come play for a second.
I will.
Okay.
I totally will. Just remind me. So otherwise I'll be in the back, you know how I get. I'll be in the back all the time. So you pull me over.
I will do.
And if I say no, I'll just be like, oh, I remember this conversation that we have right now, and I will definitely do it. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for the next time, actually. It'll be fun.
I'm excited too.
Now that I understand and see more, man, I can't wait to see what else I can bring in, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
yeah. Oh, I love that.
it is. So
Very good. Well, I think that what I really love is that Oscar brings to you guys that remembrance of being excited about your gifts. Remember when you were starting to get good at something, anything. And once you started figuring out that you could do it, and you may figure out how to do the equation, even anything, and that excitement, I want you to look at that in your life now, and what are you developing, and get excited about that. Thanks for bringing that back.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Actually, I do have one more question.
Bring it on.
Do you have anything for me?
Anything for you? I have a lot of things for you.
Will you tell me one little thing? He brought me salsa. He's like, I already gave me what I had.
It's not a pico de gallo, okay? She loves that pico.
Pico.
I'm glad we worked together before, and I'm glad we're able to connect the way we did in the beginning, and now I understand why.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I do.
Because I shoot that message all of a sudden, I don't know why,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden everything is bringing together and everything is coming in together and be like, okay, this is why we needed to connect. So I appreciate you and all your teachings and everything you do,
Thank you.
not just for this life, but for
yeah.
so that is the best part for me, and that's what I'm like super excited of learning from you as well. It's like you can tell me whatever you gotta do over here, whatever you do. I know you work hard for that, and then I love seeing that and how you project that on people. So
Thank you.
that's what I have for you.
Thank you.
You're so well. Of course. Thank you for having me over.
I'm so happy you made it.
Ah,
And there you have it.
yes.
Thanks for watching.